All right, everybody. Today we're going to take a look at pistol safe. This is the VAULTEK hang on, let me check. I don't want to misquote it here. The VT20i-WT. And this is the one that does have the biometric finger on it, or finger scanner on it, I should say. Basically what I was looking for is a good high quality safe to put in my living room. I didn't really feel comfortable having a pistol just in like a box like I used to sitting on the coffee table. Just because neighbors have kids, sometimes they are in the yard and might wander over here and snoop in the house, and I'd rather just, we share a backyard basically, so I'd rather have it locked up. Also, I have nieces and nephews that come over from time to time. So I did a lot of research, and VAULTEK is one that I kept coming back to. Greenlight Shooting has a lot of videos on these. I believe he's sponsored by them, but it really didn't sway my opinion. I really kind of liked the features of it. I also saw a couple videos, I think one where the guy tested safes to break into them, and this one got really good ratings and was difficult to break into. So pretty much that's what I landed on. It's not a cheap safe by any stretch. The one with the biometric, I believe, is about $269 to $289, somewhere in that range. And you save a little bit of money without getting the biometric. So my opinion with the biometric, and you'll see here, see it's red, it's not even working. All right, I'll do it again. Still didn't work. Let's try it again. And then it worked. My take on it is it's too finicky. Could I have programmed it wrong and maybe have gotten it better? That's possible. But when you program it, and it's really super easy to program, just look at the directions and it walks right through it as a piece of cake. But you have to put your finger on it about 5 times, I think. And I did try to do edge, edge, flat, front, back. But at the end of the day, it's if you don't get it right on there like that, it's red. I mean, you saw it. I didn't even try to make it miss, and it missed. So my take on it is it's not reliable enough, especially if you were like in more of a panicked situation. I don't think it's very likely that you would get it on perfect the first time. Now, with that and the amount of time that it takes, you know, a 4-digit code, boom, you're in. You know, to me, it's a lot easier. I think a 4-digit code is enough. It's much quicker. And, you know, I practice with it a little bit so I know exactly where my fingers need to go, and I can open it a lot faster. As far as the code on this safe, it is absolutely consistent. I've never had any problems. I've never mispushed the buttons. So I'm a big fan of the opening mechanism of it. Now let's go ahead and open it real quick. So right now what I've got in it is a full-size APX, and this is loaded, so I'm going to set it to the side with the PL2 Valkyrie. Now this does have the aftermarket sights on it. So they are a little bit taller. They're adjustable in the rear. Now what that does with the standard magazine, when you put this in, it's tight. Right up here and right down here, there's no room. You couldn't even fit a credit card in here. This is me moving it. So it's a very tight. That would probably be my only complaint with the safe, is if they could have made it just like, we're talking 1/4 to 1/2 inch bigger. That would have been much appreciated, especially for your 17-round guns. So what I'm going to do right now, again, because this is loaded, is I'm going to take it out. This is the gun I keep in here, and this is pretty much the gun I've always kept in here. And I'm going to set it to the side. Now what I'm going to do is grab some others just to show you kind of how they fit in. Glock 19. Now that's got some room in there. There's plenty of space for the 19. But again, the side-to-side space is great. The front to back with these hinge mechanisms, without the hinge, it's fine. But where you're setting it, where the hinge is, it's just a little tight, because I imagine when you're going in to grab it, again, a 19's fine, but a larger one's a little cumbersome. So let's go with the 19X. Not going to happen with that magazine. I don't have the other magazine out here, but as you can see, it would fit. But again, just like the APX, it's extremely tight. You don't have much space in there, and I would like to have just a little bit more. So an extended magazine's not going to happen. M&P 2.0, full-size 5-inch. Again, it fits. This one's got a little bit more wiggle room, so this isn't too bad. You know, fits in there nicely. Again, If you try to put it over to the edge, right now it's snug, it won't budge. So I would have liked to see a little bit more room this way. That, you know, might be nitpicky there, so, you know, depends on what you think. 226 will fit. So basically, pretty much anything you have is going to fit. Some of them might be a little tighter than others, but it will indeed fit. And you've got room for an extra magazine or two. You've got room, of course, for a light and magazine. That's not a problem. So overall, with the room, I'm fine with it. That is a little nitpicky. I would like to have another 1/4 inch, but it's not the end of the world. You know, you're balancing on the size of this, you know, and it's like, well, do you want it bigger or do you want it where it is so you can fit the gun, but the safe's about, you know, as small as it can be. So that's really going to come down to you. This one does come with one of the metal cables here in the attachment. And what I do is I have the metal cable here, and then it comes out and I wrap it around the leg of my coffee table. I have a metal coffee table with a glass table, tabletop, I should say. So for me, it's like somebody's not going to just grab it and run out. They can, but they're going to be dragging my coffee table with them. So unless they have bolt cutters. So I do like this feature. Would I put this safe in my car? Me? No, the safe's too expensive. I'd be probably more devastated if the safe got stolen than a Glock 19. And I know Glock's more, but just, you know, it's too expensive to leave in my car. Other people may think differently, but at the end of the day with those cables, you got some bolt cutters, they can take them, and then I'm out a safe and a gun, so that's not going to happen. As far as the battery and some of the features on this, this has a, right there, charging port. So you can just plug this into the wall and charge it. It does have an app for your phone, which is actually pretty cool. I like it. You can open the safe with the app. If you have different codes set into it, like different people in the family, you can see when the safe was opened with that code. I believe you can check how many times the safe was opened, how much battery life is left, a bunch of different things that are pretty cool. Now, as far as the, you can also tell if it's been moved. If somebody moves the safe, it will also send you alerts. I don't have that on because I live by myself, so I'm not too stressed about it. But it is a really neat option, honestly, especially if you've got other people in the house, to have that app. Now, when it comes to the battery life, I don't remember, but I believe they claim like 4 or 5 months or something. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's every bit of that. I've had this for probably about that 4 to 5 months, 4 months maybe, and I've got 77% battery life left, and I've never charged it. I've never plugged it in, not since I bought it. So the battery life is fantastic on it. And up here, what you have is you do have the key, and I do like the way they did this because it looks more like a logo than a key slot, and it's actually kind of, you know, if you just go to pick at it, it doesn't even open. So you got to work at it a little bit. Like legit work at it to get the key slot open, see? Which I like because it really does make it seem like it's just a logo on here and not a key area. So basically, you know, I'm a big fan of it. It's not cheap, it's not economical. For the price that it is, again, nitpicky, I would like to see a Made in America sticker instead of a Made in China sticker. But I understand that's the world that we live in and it would probably be more expensive, but fooling around with it, you would almost think it's made in America. I think it's extremely high quality. Everything's really nice. The locking mechanism, it's heavy. It feels heavy duty. It's a nice powder coat. As far as the colors, white and black, I got white. I would suggest probably you go with black because I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but I actually cleaned this and it's still dirty. Just from sitting on my table. I have a dog, so you know how that goes. Pretty much everything gets dirty. But, you know, especially if you don't clean it, it looks really dirty. So I'd probably go with the black one if I had to do over again. But again, the hinges are really nice. Everything's protected. It's got this 2-point locking system. These little, see right here, these lips fit down in these grooves. So it's kind of anti-pry. It locks really nice. I mean, just big fan of it. If you're looking for something like this, I would highly, highly recommend it. If you're willing to spend this much on a little handgun safe, I would say go for it. You know, for me, it's about slowing down anybody that would come in and take your stuff or trying to get them diverted in the first place. So just real quick, not that this video is about it, but I have motion spotlights all around my house. I have a motion light by my front door which is also on a timer, so it's on pretty much all night long. I do have cameras. I have a camera outside, a couple cameras inside. I have a Doberman who's pretty loud, though sweet, loud, and not a huge fan of people coming in the house that she doesn't know about. And then stuff like this, like a safe, because I want to divert them in the first place, and I think light and noise are the two biggest ways to do that. And then I want to make it take time for them to take anything that I have. So even little simple safes, I think are worth the money. And then you have the cameras too. So, we live in a world like that. We have to worry about protecting our stuff all the time. But as far as keeping it off hands that shouldn't have them, I think this is a great option. Like I said, because it does warn you if it's moved. You can set the codes, a couple different people in the house. So, all the positive reviews out there on these, I would say they're 100% legit. This thing's great. I do not regret it one single bit. And I am contemplating getting their vertical safe, which actually Greenlight just put out a review on, I think yesterday or something. And I've been looking for a safe of that style, and it's pretty cool. VAULTEK makes one. Of course, it's $225, so they're not the cheapest, they're not the most expensive, but I think if this is what you're looking for, 2 thumbs up, I wouldn't hesitate. Thanks, have a good day.